Most watercolor painters try to paint every detail. I did the opposite. By pouring watercolor across paper, I created fog, mystery, and atmosphere that transformed this Edinburgh cityscape into something far more interesting. In this video, you'll learn how unconventional water techniques can create believable fog, soft edges, and atmospheric depth. Pay attention to how the mist obscures detail and allows the focal point to emerge naturally from the background. This painting is St. Giles Cathedral in the Royal Mile is using a combination of different techniques in this painting. Traditionally, and some non-traditional techniques also. What I'm doing is I'm just coming into here and I'm doing lots of little details on the buildings and the cathedral in the background. I'm not trying to get too detailed, of course, because that sort of thing drives me absolutely bonkers. And then once you're done with that detail, so I'm using some dark colors right now, preferably dark staining colors. Coming in here, just scratching and just doing some of the idea for where the windows are. I've already done one pour across this whole thing to start to create this foggy effect. I'm going to show you that here in just a quick second here, how we're going to create this effect. So you put these details in, and then what we're going to do is we're literally just going to put color on top of that. Now, I know you're thinking if you put color on top of the darks, you're just going to lift all the darks off, correct? That's not the case. And then literally just drip a bunch of paint on top of it. And the thicker the paint, the more opaque it's going to be, the more it's going to literally just sit on top of those blacks. Don't touch it. Don't use a brush, because that's going to pull off all those colors. Move it around so you get the effect you want. Don't get hard edges. So you drip the color down there. If too much of the color goes off, come back and put some more of the blue on there. So now you're working on wet paper. You're not going to get hard edges as long as you don't get it to the dry areas. And you put more color down here. Move it around. Let gravity do the work for you. Gravity's your best friend until you get to my age, and then it just hurts you. But it does work well with watercolors. And then just move things around and keep spraying things off if you start to get hard edges. I'm just putting the blues into the areas on top of the cathedral. I'm not getting into the sky yet until I get the effect I want. And then use a hairdryer to see if this is dry enough. Now, it's going to look darker at first, but then that color is going to sit on top of it when you dry it. So just have some faith. Sometimes you have to make a prayer or a sacrifice to a monkey god, whatever works for you. I don't care, people, or eat some chips, whatever your thing is. If you're superstitious, do it, because if it works, it works. And then come back on top of that color we did and do a little bit more detail. Pull off some of the masking fluid. Come in here and put the post into the foreground. And we're almost done. I think this has created an effect of fog in the background. That's kind of how Scotland looks in the morning. Edinburgh looks in the morning. It's foggy. It's cold. It's wonderful. You got to go visit it. It's absolutely an amazing city. Sometimes the most effective watercolor technique is giving up a little control, or a lot. By pouring paint and allowing water to create soft transitions naturally, it's possible to capture fog, atmosphere, and mood in ways that would be difficult to achieve with the brush alone. The result is a painting that feels less like a detailed illustration and more like a memory emerging through the mist. Enjoyed this content? Please hit subscribe. If you're interested in all the materials used in this painting, check out the YouTube description below. Thank you for watching, and happy painting.